Hey everyone, in this diecast review video we are taking a look at a very beautiful car. It is made by Maisto and it is the 1953 Studebaker Commander Starliner. It is shown in Normandy Green with a Yukon gray roof, and inside is the gray interior. This car is probably one of my most favorite Maisto 118 scale diecast cars. I think the Studebaker Commander and any Studebaker from this era are some of the most beautiful cars ever made. This car looks so not 1950s and more 1960s. I think the car itself was ahead of its time. And this particular color combination, that Normandy green paint with the Yukon gray roof, it is classic 1950s sports car, touring car. It just absolutely looks the part. It even in diecast form, it's a sight to behold for sure. It's a long car, a very long 118 scale vehicle. It is also a fully featured car, so we have opening doors, hood, and trunk, operable steering, working spring suspension, just about everything. Very detailed engine compartment, pretty nicely detailed trunk area, undercarriage. The interior is very nicely detailed. It is still a Maisto, so it does have some little quirks and flaws, but overall, very good. All right, so let's start out from the exterior. As you can see here, just an absolutely beautiful car, very well proportioned, very nicely scaled. Does have some larger panel gaps. The headlights have visible mounting posts. Some of the chrome work isn't the greatest, and some chrome work is actually in lieu or is actually replaced by silver paint. But overall, for what you get is pretty good. The hood does open up on traditional dogleg hinges. It does have a black molded fire cover, but as you can see here, the detail of the engine is pretty good. Has a lot of the labels. The oil bath air cleaner is painted orange. The intake and carburetor is all painted silver. And the block itself is just a moldy block. It doesn't really have any detail because a lot of the detail sits atop of it. But it does have like the fan and the belts and the generator and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to put that piece over. And this piece is actually painted body color. So if you have a different color Commander, it would have a different color frame on it. But you can see here, it does cover a lot of that detail up. But as you can see, all the decals are not decals, are actually tampo printed, which is really cool. You have the separate battery and all that kind of stuff. Just overall, really good engine compartment detail, I think, especially for this price point. And taking a look around the rear of the car, as you can see, that sloping trunk, huge trunk lid, does open up to a shallow trunk, but it does have those large 50s tail fins. Very nice steeply raked windshield and sloping roof line. And of course, first of all, let's go ahead and open up that passenger door. It does open up on spring hinges, so very nice. Detailed door panels, bench seats all the way around. You also have the detailed dashboard with the chrome strip across the center of it and the lower four ring gauges down there. Closing up that door. And then we're going to hop over to the driver's side and do the same thing. All right, so we're going to open up the driver's side door. As you can see, the V8 designation there on the badge or on the side of the car. And, of course, this car does have working steering. It has a traditional 3-spoke steering wheel with the chrome horn blow ring. It does have the shift lever on the column and the turn signal levers as well. And some details there and a bunch of gauges. The quirk, though, is that instead of having the different gauge stickers, as you'll see here in this next clip, Maisto decided to do all speedometer gauges, but it would actually have oil pressure, coolant temperature, fuel level, amps or battery voltage, speedometer, and tachometer for the gauges. And here is the interior, and no, Maisto did not forego the texturing on the rest of the seats. The driver's seat actually was just like that, and the rest of the seats were like that. It does denote a button-tucked interior. It is a 60-40 split folding front seat and individual bucket seats in the back with a large backrest and central mounted armrest on posts. That's accurate to the brochures of the car. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the trunk. The trunk lid does open up nice and wide. It does reveal what you would expect, a low trunk area, but it has a separate spare tire cover and some molded areas for like the trunk mat that would be kind of a piece of fabric. And of course, jack and tools are kind of molded back there as well. Go ahead and flip the car around, and we're going to take a look at the underside. Separate chrome muffler and exhaust pipe, separate rear axle with the leaf springs, and then of course the drive shaft connects to the engine. And of course we have rack and pinion steering, the 1953 Studebaker Starliner script, scale 118 and made by Maisto. And here is everything opened up, and that does denote the end of the review. We hope you found it informative, and if you liked it, please comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And of course, as always, thanks so much for watching.